I'm Eva. I have to speak English. Okay, so Eva Turinite is my name. I thought I'd give you a short personal story. So this will give you, because my view in Hungary about home education is strongly personal. This is how I come to it and my history. And so I thought I'd give you a short story of my own way. So my family is Hungarian, and my parents went to Switzerland in '68 from Czechoslovakia, from a region which belonged to Hungary. So we're a Hungarian family, and I've been born and grew up in Switzerland. And this is also where I got my first child. I got married to a Hungarian man, and my first child is 12 years old. And with her, with Heinalka, I have been visiting continuum concept meetings in Switzerland. And it's about 12 years ago where I encountered unschooling the first time. And for me and my family, it was from the first minute I heard of it that this is our way. So nothing else was considered. We've been living in Hungary from then on. So with the little baby, I lived in Hungary with my family, with my parents in Switzerland. So I have been here and visiting Doris Gantenbein a lot. We are good friends, and we were unschooling from the beginning. We were always unschooled, and I've also been on American lists, email lists, so this was my world anyway. So when Heinalka got 7 years old, we started school with Clonlara. So we went to German Clonlara, and we've been registered in Switzerland. So we did not encounter schooling in Hungary at all up till then. For 2 years, we thought, well, we live in Hungary and we should get a picture of how schooling in Hungary looks like. Of course, we had a lot of Hungarian friends, Hungarian children, Hungarian families, we had a lot of contacts. And so I thought, well, I get into that system. And since '89, since the so-called revolution, in Hungary, it is the right of the parent to educate her or his child. So there is this institution of private schooling, maybe it's the correct translation. Every parent can do that, but you have to be registered at a state school or at a private school. So the child can be at home and can be educated by the parent. This is legally the case. So we've been doing that. We registered at the state school, which we knew very good because my husband was teaching dance at that school. And we've been presenting them that our way of living. And we asked them to accept that, and so that we are registered at that school, we are free learners, and they were welcoming us with very wide arms. Yes, this is great. This is very beautiful. The chef of the school, how you say, the director, she said, well, anyway, the important things are not learned in school anyway. I did not learn the important schools for my life in school either. So we've been staying with that school for 3 years, and in that 3 years, we realized, and they realized that they cannot split, so they cannot be teachers and run a school and accept such a thing as free learning, and on the other hand have their 100, 200 children schooling. So it was a personal conflict of the director of that school to allow what we were doing. We had to go once a year to do some sort of exams, what we did not call them exams. We we agreed with the school director that we are not examined, but the teachers would talk to my children. They would fill in the papers with my children. And this has been working for 3 years, but the 3rd year was very difficult, and we had to realize that this does not work anymore. The teachers don't understand what the director promised us. So we had to decide to do something else, and I went back to Clonlara. I contacted Chandra Montgomery and Karen Ken in Germany. And the other thing which is also in Hungarian law that Hungarian citizens can send their children to schools abroad. So this is in the Köznevelési Törvény.
Educational Act.
In the Educational Act, that the Hungarian child can go to school abroad. And so this is what we are using now, and it is really working very well for people registering in Konlara, that we are in a school abroad and we are freed from visiting a school in Hungary. The Hungarian school has to write a paper that we are in a school abroad and we are freed to send our children. So Hungary, we don't have to go to visit the Hungarian school, we don't have to take the exams at the Hungarian school, we are off abroad. And now we are making, like Konara has a German and a Spanish part, we are making a Hungarian one, and now we are in this 1 year. First we had 3 families, and now we will have 8 families. These are about more than 20 children, and this is now the unschooling, the free schooling side of homeschooling. And when my Hanukkah was small, I have 3 children. I have a 10-year-old boy also and a 7-year-old girl. I also contacted the Christian homeschoolers. So there is a big community of Christian homeschoolers, but I don't know much about them. This is about the situation in Hungary. Maybe it would also be interesting for German families to consider to come to Hungary. We have a German girl, Josie, who's been living with us for half a year. So she should go to school until 18, but she has not reached 18 yet, and so she's an au pair at the Hungarian unschooling family, and this is working very well. Sorry.